morning, family. I really want to put emphasis on good morning. I'm really sorry if you can hear this noise in the background, which is my grass being cut. And I want to tell you that I've literally never heard them cutting the grass in the back of my apartment building. So I feel like there's a message within that itself. I'm already getting a lot of channel messages. The first thing is just specifically related to sound and the vibrations of sound, okay? It's been a while since I felt called to even reach for my sound bowl. And, right now, Spirit was just like, yeah, let's just get some sound healing going on. And I was hesitating on if I should even start recording this video because they were cutting the grass outside, and I was like, well, I literally have to make time right now because my kids are visiting for spring break, and my time is just best spent with them right now because once they're gone, I'll have plenty of opportunity to be working and recording and doing all that jazz. But they're still sleeping right now, so it's like I literally had the time. So let's backtrack a little bit. Good morning. I really want to talk about what that means, and the word mourning. Okay, it's not just about a time of the day, it's literally about grief, about releasing things, and specifically putting the emphasis on that good, right? That although you are letting go of things, although you are metaphorically cutting the grass, manicuring your lawn, so to speak, you're allowing yourself to be present in the moment, enjoy the beauty of that experience, and knowing that whatever it is that you're releasing right now is for your highest good. Before I started recording, I just kept hearing this song in my head. I Got Time Today by Moneybagg Yo. I'm trying to stay patient with this because it's so frustrating because not only is this interrupting me recording, but it's going to wake up my kids, which is also going to interrupt me recording. And I feel like that in itself is also a message of there's not going to be no perfect time for when it is you should get things done, when it is you should release, when it is you should let go, when it is you should start a new project. Right now is the only moment that you have control over. So, you just want to be very present in this moment. And even though there are distractions that might, hinder you in your process of grief or of healing, allow yourself to be present in that, okay? Um, so I was hearing this song, I Got Time Today by Moneybagg Yo. And the part that I kept hearing was, she got up and got herself out of there. And then, of course, I just looked at my wrist. I got time today, and it was like I was literally making time to do this. So, Spirit is really saying that whatever it is that you're going through right now, you have total control over this moment. So, it's up to you to get yourself out of that situation, whether it's related to money, whether it's related to your career, even family issues, even just like when you're in that deep spot of healing and it feels like you're never going to get out of that situation. So, we're going to jump into the cards. As you can see, I have them displayed for you guys here on the video. The first card, well, let me just jump right into what we got on the bottom of the deck, which is moment to moment. I feel like I recently pulled this a few videos ago. And as you can see, this person is all about finding balance. This is the energy of number 2, finding balance in your masculine and feminine energies, finding balance in work and play, finding balance in your emotions. There's this rainbow of colors and waves, and this is like very much giving chakra alignment. And this person is rocking across these stones, right? The obstacles. And even more challenging, difficult, he's doing it on one foot. And that just really speaks of, it's easy to find balance when everything feels like it's going right. But when you are grounded to yourself, when you are connected to earth, then you're able to have peace during those moments where it's even more difficult for you to find balance. You're able to prioritize and think about what's most important in that moment so that you're finding balance, okay? Um, and just being present in each moment, taking everything one step at a time, okay? Everything is exactly as it should be, and in this moment, there's something here for you to learn. So, just be patient with yourself, allow the process to take place, and sometimes there's nothing you can do. The only thing you can do is be still. I feel like, how many times do it take him to go across this one spot, like for real? And Spirit just said, like, healing is not linear. So you may think that you've healed from something, and then you get put into a position where you're triggered by some old shit, and you're like, I thought I was healed from this. How long is it going to take me to be over this? Well, healing's not linear. You just have to be patient with yourself. Have compassion and, just learn to find the good in whatever circumstances that you may be going through. So the first card coming out, we got the energy of number 7. 7 is all about having options, okay? Options being available to you, different choices, making decisions, trying to find that clarity, okay? And this card specifically talks about projections. And it's interesting to me. I am so sorry, guys. I hope you really can't hear it that bad. There's a man and a woman, okay? And they have their physical body self, but then there's also their spirit body right alongside of it. And sometimes our physical circumstance create projections in our life, in our relationships, even within ourselves. So at this time, just be mindful of the choices that you are making, your behaviors, your thought patterns, and if these are symptoms of your trauma or are these really your feelings in the current moment, okay? The next card that we got coming out is going with the flow. There's just a lot of blue energy here, so this is definitely giving throat chakra vibes, really communicating your needs, being aware of your needs with yourself, creating a safe space for you to communicate with others and also for others to communicate with you, okay? With this card going with the flow, there's this spirit body literally in the water underneath the waves, just flowing through, letting the energy flow through them. And I feel like this message is heavy on healing. Whoever needs to hear this, you're like really going through something, or maybe feeling triggered by a lot of emotions. I don't know if it's the Virgo full moon, but this past week I definitely have been really emotional. I mean, it seems like I've been crying every day, and it's not even always about the same thing. But one thing I can say is that I'm really grateful for the place that I am in now, because there was moments when I hated to cry. I hated to express grief or sadness. It just felt very weak to me. It felt unsafe and scary for me to process my emotions, because for so long I had used to just been, shoving them under the rug or suppressing them. So, really allowing your emotions to flow through you and knowing that you don't have to understand them, you don't have to do anything to change them. Sometimes you just have to say, how am I feeling? Okay, I feel a little bit sad today. What can I do to support myself through that? And following through with those actions, also communicating your needs with other people. Sometimes our vibe starts getting weird and people are like, is it me? Is it something I did to them? Sometimes we start projecting our own energy into other people and just communicating with people and say, hey, I'm going through something right now. It's not you. I just need my personal space. Or even being the person to communicate to say, hey, I noticed your energy has been different. Your vibe's been off. Are you okay? How can I support you right now? Okay. And right on time, we've got the energy of 4, which this card is postponement. And that's really speaking to what I said about hiding those feelings, suppressing them, okay? Thinking that you're always going to have time to feel them later. But what this does is just create this huge ball of energy inside of you. And then next thing you know, you're exploding over little shit that may not even be that big of a deal to you, but you've had all this built up, suppressing emotions. It's safe for you. 4 is the energy of home, it is the energy of stability, and you've probably grown up in circumstances or environments, or even maybe had relationships in the past where you didn't have that safety to express your emotions or to feel like it was okay to cry. If you can relate to that, it's okay now. And understanding that you have the power, you are the one who creates this now. You can't always go back to blaming people. Well, when I was growing up, my parents did this, or my last relationship, they never let me talk, or every time I express my emotions, they turn it around on me. Are you in that relationship anymore? I mean, if you are, that's something that you need to figure out within yourself, why you are staying in a place where you don't feel safe to be communicate and where you don't feel heard. And if you're not in that relationship anymore, it's time for you to kind of release, cut that grass, okay? Let go of these emotions that you're holding on from situations that you're no longer in, okay? Next, we have the Master, which is all about manifestation, having all the tools that you need within you, and really creating your own reality. So, to me, every day is a choice. Your daily habits are choices. What you choose to eat is a choice. If you drink more water, that's a choice. If you continue to stay in relationships that are not promoting healthiness and personal growth, those are all choices. You're constantly creating your reality, and it's not something that you did in the past, and it's not something that you're going to do in the future. Right now, this moment, what are you manifesting with your daily habits, your thought processes, how it is that you are processing your emotions? What are you going to do right now so that you don't have to feel like this anymore? It's up to you. Spirit is literally saying with this whole reading that you have to choose it. You have to be the one to say, I had enough of suppressing my grief or making myself feel guilty for having emotions or feelings. Your feelings are valid. It doesn't matter if you wanted Chipotle instead of McDonald's. It doesn't matter if somebody else got a raise over you. It doesn't matter if one of your friends is getting married and you still haven't found somebody. Your feelings are valid. You're allowed to have those emotions. And instead of shitting on yourself for having those feelings, dig a little deeper. Find out what is at the root of that. What is making you feel like you're comparing yourself to other people? What is making you feel like you're not worthy of these things? Or maybe that you need to be in a different position in your life to receive them. Allow yourself to get to the depth of that and don't project those emotions onto other people. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then we have the last card, which is conditioning. This card is always so interesting to me because there's a lion, right? And he's surrounded by sheep. Specifically today, the energy that I'm coming up from this card is not only the environment you're creating, but the environment that you have been in for so many years, whether it was in childhood or in relationships, or even if you've been working a long term job. You know what I mean? In some way, your mind has been conditioned, right? I'm gonna link a video here, and it's like a book series, but this book specifically is the Four Agreements, okay? And the thing is with the Four Agreements is before we even know that we have options and choices available to us, people feel things to us. They give us ideas. They tell us this is the beliefs that you should have. This is what's right or wrong, you know? And we've been conditioned in a lot of different ways. We've been conditioned in America for a lot of things, whether it's systemic racism, whether it's, you know, certain levels of discrimination and stereotypes. We've been conditioned as far as the work ethic and thinking that we have to work so hard or we have to work so many hours to receive things. We've even been conditioned to think that we don't deserve certain things because of who we are or what we never had before. So this card is really speaking to you to pull that strength out of yourself, to have a different choice and to release that conditioning and start over fresh. The lamb, the sheep is very innocent, okay? And one thing about sheep is they shear them. And what that means is they completely remove all their hair. And if you've ever done that, if you've ever just cut all your hair off, it's like a total fresh start because our hair holds energy. And when that hair is gone, it's almost like you've saged your being, right? Because you've released a lot of the emotions that was holding on in your hair, the experience that was being held on your hair, whatever it is. And Spirit is just saying, be like the sheep. Be able to let go. Be ready to cut the grass, to manicure the lawn, and to let go of anything that's no longer serving you. You don't have to be conditioned anymore. It's 2022. Now more than ever, wellness is important, health is important, mental health specifically is important, and it's your time to choose to release yourself. Like on this card, the lion is even kind of chained to the sheep, and sometimes we feel that, right? Because some of the sheeps are here, they're real, and the other ones, they kind of look like an illusion in this card. Sometimes it feels like we're being constrained or that we don't have choices, we don't have options, but that's really not true. That's just our conditioning teaching us to stay stuck. And one thing, if you've been going through a spiritual journey for a while, like me, there's going to be times where you do feel stuck. There's going to be times where you don't have clarity. But just tapping into your emotions, asking yourself how I feel, how you can support yourself, really just being present in the moment is going to do more for you to resolve than to stress about the future or to dwell on the past. This message was very clear today. I think for sure Spirit is to make time, is saying to make time for your healing, to create the environment that you want to be in, to let go of the things that you feel like are holding you back or keeping you stagnant. I'm definitely wishing you all the best, always praying for you guys. And I really hope that, you know, you are able to allow your emotions to process through you. I'm probably going to post a TikTok or something this week that goes a little bit more into that, of how you can support yourself with your emotions. You know, you can always try journaling. Just writing it out sometimes makes you feel a lot better. You know, let out a good cry. Like sometimes that's what you need, is to cry. Some people, it helps them work through their emotions to like go work out or do something fun. I used to be that girl where I just needed to buy a couple things that made me feel better in the moment. So ask yourself how it is that you can support yourself. I'm definitely getting the hiccups. So Spirit is here confirming this message. And I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to sign up for Meditation Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every single Monday. And you can book a personal reading with me at fullmoonbeauties.com. And I will talk to you soon. Peace out.